Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Good.
Wonderful. Our second topic this morning is proper PPE. Mistakes workers make, part 2. One of the potential failure points for PPE occurs at the point of interaction between the worker and the equipment, when employees can make critical mistakes in the care, use, and replacement of PPE. A typical mistake is illustrated below. Failure to use proper PPE correctly. A worker wearing a fall protection harness leaves the harness loose or pulls on the lanyard tight. A worker who uses a respirator at work decides to grow a beard. Sometimes it's just not clear from looking at the equipment how a piece of PPE should be properly used. Workers need to practice under the eye of someone else with experience, putting on and taking off their proper equipment. They also need to understand the theory behind their equipment and how it works. PPE that is not used correctly won't protect workers. Okay. Tylo, what should you not do if you wear a respirator?
Have a beard.
Grow a beard.
Grow a beard.
All right. Lonnie, what did you clean this morning?
I swept the floor.
The floor. Why was that important to the floor?
Keep a professional image. A good one.
There we go. Good. Tyler, what did you clean this morning?
I cleaned the oil path. There were some jugs that were just kind of sitting out there, so I straightened it up, swept a little bit. There was some dust that gathered, there was some wool that kind of seeped out, so got all that up. Just kind of made it look a little bit nicer out there.
Okay. Has anybody seen anything out of place besides the jugs out in the oil path?
Big things on the scale. That's on the scale. Yes, didn't take that drug last night.
I got the oil pad for the checklist. Warm pit.
Work. Waiting. Overproducing.
Free work.
Yeah.
Motions.
Inventory.
Intellect.
Transportation.
All right. John, give me an example of overproducing.
Example of overproducing. I was doing a cycle count the other day, and there was O-rings like scattered all over the place, right? Picked them all out, and I noticed they were all the same O-rings. So I looked up the SMP number, got the location. In that location, there was 134 O-rings. I looked up the material movements, and it was two a month, like every month, like clockwork. The safest stock is 10, so that's a lot of overproducing right there. 134, we only need 10.
You gotta count them and handle them and do all that.
Good example. Okay, what is Hagemeyer's lean objective?
Empower all associates, eliminate waste, increase efficiency in everything we do every day.
Good job. Lean stats. In the lead was Tyler, Amber, John, and Lonnie, all tied with 2. Good job.
That's right.
Tyler had 2, totaling the savings of $435. Amber had 2 with $342.50. John had 2 with $190.
Good job, John. Good job.
And my man Lonnie here had 2 with $1,530.
Right.
Wes had 1 for $175.
Good job, Wes.
Scotty had 1 with no savings.
Good job, Scott.
I had 1 for $150.
Go Flamingo. Go Flamingo.
And the newcomer Tony has one for $262.50.
Oh!
Welcome to
First blood. First blood. We got the book here. As a matter of fact, let's go over the Stelline real quick. Yeah. Anybody have 2 seconds improvements?
I got one.
Let's go, John.
Alright, a lot of times we need a staple remover to engage the pull system. As we all know, the staple remover used to be on that pegboard right there. And the pull system, the person I needed was standing right here. Right? Using this conveyor, I just put a little loop right here. Now it's easily, that's where we need it most of the time anyway. So
Good job.
saves about a minute, 10 seconds a day.
Good job, John. Lady?
I had one since you went on to Ohio. I started answering some emails for you, so
Onward.
tons of fun. I started marking all my emails in a blue category, so I know that I've done them already. So I had to spend time going back through and searching for them. So that saved me about a minute a day.
Good job.
Good job.
Okay. I got 2. One was trying to find an easier way to print labels for the storage and finance I have. When me trying to set up Ferrari is like I do labels like at least once a week. Instead of doing like into the database where I gotta label certain places, instead of entering then printing each individual number or / letter or whatever, just entering everything and do it at once and then print. It saves about 2 minutes and 40 seconds each time I do labeling. And also saves the printing of the tape in the printer of labeling.
Good job.
Also, it was hard for me to locate the belts because I couldn't see the numbers on the labels. It was on the very top in the storeroom. So I relabeled the belts by writing them on a sheet of paper and copying on copy paper and laminating them for easier access for the belts, as well as producing like extra space because I condensed the belts with tie wraps and it took up like half the wall. Instead of making the whole wall of the belts, it took up half the space. And so, yeah. And I got pictures to show these.
Tyler, you got one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Problem I had was running around like kind of flustered first thing in the morning, trying not to be late to deliver the kits. So, because when I come in first thing in the morning, that's when I pull the list, look at the spreadsheet, go out there, put them in the truck. It was just kind of a cumbersome process to do it first thing in the morning. So now I'll do it in the evening right before I leave. I'll go ahead and get everything out, get them ready to go. That way, when I get here first thing in the morning, all I gotta do is hop in the truck and leave. First out a lot better that way.
Alright, let's get out the good book. Wells Fargo and Fannie Mae both illustrate the idea that the who questions came before what questions, before vision, before strategy, before tactics, before organization structure, before technology. Dick Cooley and David Maxwell both exemplified a classic level 5 style when they said, I don't know where we should take this company, but I do know that if I start with the right people, ask them the right questions, and engage them in vigorous debate, we will find a way to make this company great. In contrast to the good to great companies which build deep and strong executive teams, many of the comparison companies follow a genius with 1,000 helpers model. In this model, the company is a platform for the talents of extraordinary individuals. In these cases, the tyrant genius, the primary driving force in this company's success, is a great asset as long as the genius sticks around. The geniuses seldom build great management teams for the simple reason that they don't need one and often don't want one. If you're a genius, you don't need a Wells Fargo caliber management team of people who can run their own shows somewhere elsewhere. No, you just need an army of good soldiers who can help implement your great ideas. However, when the genius leaves, the helpers are often lost, or worse, they try to mimic their predecessor with bold, visionary moves, trying to act like a genius without being a genius. That proves unsuccessful. Eckerd Corporation suffered the liability of a leader who had an uncanny genius for figuring out what to do with little ability to assemble the right who on the executive team. Jack Eckerd, blessed with monumental personal energy, he campaigned for the governor of Florida while running his company, and a genetic gift for market insight and shrewd deal making. Acquired his way from two little stores in Wilmington, Delaware, to a drugstore empire of over 1,000 stores spread across the southeastern United States. By the late 1970s, Eckerd revenues equaled Walgreens, and it looked like Eckerd might trump as the great company in the industry. But then Jack Eckerd left to pursue his passion for politics, running for senator and joining the Ford administration in Washington. Without his guided genius, Eckerd's company began a long decline, eventually being acquired by J.C. Penney. Now we're going to go watch a lean video. You got one, Scotty?
Yeah. So all right, this is the meeting. See, it's not a big deal. It's only 12 minutes right now, and then we'll watch a video and then open floor for discussion. But we do this every day. This really gets people involved. Everybody speaks. Everybody is interactive with it. It's not a bunch of crickets. It's not just one guy standing around, especially the manager doing the talking. This is what teamwork is all about. Good job, everybody.
Good job. Thanks.